And you can,
Boys, girls, all my Trumpologs out there, welcome back to Other Robert. This is The Walking Dead Season 7, Episode, right? Season 7, Episode 10, New Best Friends. And we see why that they're new best friends because last week we had the episode end with, um, I
the
guess,
Garbage Pail Kids.
the Garbage Patch
Yeah,
Kids.
they weren't named.
Yeah, they're still not yet named, so we'll call them the kids for purposes of this review because of their online name is the Garbage Patch Kids or whatever. We'll call them the kids. So, Rob, what'd you think of the episode?
First off, welcome back, everyone. This is our first video in a week. We haven't had a lot of content posted recently,
Yeah,
which is
it's this time and
it's tough.
yeah,
It's tough to. I know there's a lot of things we used to consistently do, and we will try to attempt to get back to that soon.
yeah, absolutely.
I liked the episode a lot. It was pretty enjoyable. A little slow at some points, but one thing I really like is even though it's the characters aren't together, like they at least all are all on in the same episode, I should say. Like there's no like it's not just like Rick dealing with the garbage kids or Carol just seeing Daryl for the first time. Like it's not just like a Carol Daryl episode. It's in every one episode where the storyline really makes sense.
Right. I think that's definitely something that people are very opinionated on is that kind of approach. I agree with you. I like this approach much better. I think it's more efficient. Um, but I mean, I agree. I thought it was a good episode. We're back to the point where even kind of episodes like this, which was a filler episode, it was kind of just an in-between episode, but it was interesting. You know what I mean? It had elements.
Filler. I mean, it tied into the
Right,
end of it.
right. It progressed things, and it was an enjoyable watch. And at really no point during the episode did I really get, really bored or anything. It kept moving. And I think a lot of it has to go with what you were saying with having these different stories, and nothing really overstayed its welcome too much. And I mean, the kids, I love it. I love the
leader
approach.
is right out of the 1980s.
The leader, what was that?
He's right out of the 1980s. She's really cool.
Yeah, love that leader. Love the leader. I love the aura they have. I love everything about them so far that we saw in this episode. I kind of love how do I word this correct? It seemed like there's kind of a lack of depth. They seem very what you see is what you get type thing. I love that. I think at this point when you have so many groups like this, to have a group like this that's just so kind of straightforward, I think it's refreshing.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I agree. I agree. I wish I could say it more eloquently, but I agree. You just know that like there's like an overarching presence of death being Negan and the Saviors, but
Yeah.
like you know what they want to do is they want to stop them, and then as you said, you have all these groups, so it's cool. I like it. I like it too. It's interesting. It's fun.
And we got to meet Bump Bump, and I mean, last week we saw the scene. What?
It was called. She's the '80s leader said, "Meet Bump Bump."
Yeah, I believe she referred to the walker as Bump Bump, or she said he had a name Winston or something, but she had said show Rick Bump Bump. So
yes, that's correct.
So last week we had the scene with the Wire, where they
and it's like 1,000 of them.
Right, and this week we had the episode with the walker with the spikes. They're finding ways to change things up and still innovate in season 7B in ways that we got a big one last week and we got a big one this week. I'm liking this. I'm hoping we see a little bit more of this kind of take because it's making the show feel fresh. It made a walker feel like more of a threat than it's been in 4 seasons.
Yeah, especially since Rick was injured twice in a battle with it.
Yeah,
I mean, it was really cool. That gladiator match was probably my favorite point of the episode. And the point is at the end of it.
And what about the end of it?
The end of it. was my other favorite part of the episode. I didn't know. I really only really liked two particular parts, which was Rick. I liked Rick fighting the bump Winston, and then Carol and Daryl finally catching up.
I did like after the fight. They've told a great story, not only this season, but really since the introduction of Gabriel, with Gabriel, and that character. And I'm someone who's been a fan of Gabriel since the get go. I loved when he was that character that truly was hated. Yeah, right. Everyone hated him, right? So I loved that he was at that point, and now people are really liking this guy, and I think the character's gone a long way. And just having that moment with Rick, even though we've had moments between the two of them, I think that really brought it kind of full center. I think it was a really, really nice moment the two of them shared, and I think that made Gabriel look a little bit better in a lot of fans' eyes. So I really enjoyed the Rick Gabriel moment. But I agree that the gladiator battle was a fun a fun little gimmick they had, and then the Carol Daryl moment, that was just that's great, right? That's characters that we've known since the beginning.
He lied to her, and how can you keep what happened the truth from her for a long time? Like, you can't, right?
Yeah, I mean, she obviously she's isolated right now, right? So he feels that probably she'll never find out anyway. So there's no use to having her worry or get hurt or anything. So
watch her be the one to kill Negan.
What was that?
Watch her be the one to kill Negan.
At this point, I don't see any investment though for her. If they were to do it, I feel like it would have to be like Maggie or Rick or someone like that, or maybe Rosita. Right. But I feel like Carol's too unattached to everything going on.
I don't know, just because she just goes batshit and decides to kill everyone, including Negan. Speaking of Rosita and Carol, so you brought up a quick point I wanted to bring up. The women who Tara are still keeping hidden. You brought that up when we were watching the episode 2.
Right, the Oceanside.
That's like, I guess when you were saying in the beginning, like a deep plot. Like that's like maybe like a character's hidden secret that needs to come out at some point.
Oh, well, with Tara, with the Oceanside, and we're seeing that, and we're seeing that yes. with the kids. They want guns, and who has guns? The Oceanside. So, is Tara going to be pushed to reveal the existence of the Oceanside? And if so, do they become a part of this? Do they join? And if so, how many groups are we going to have fighting the Saviors here? Are we going to see Alexandria, Hilltop, Kingdom, Oceanside, kids versus Saviors? I feel like one of them might start to side with the Saviors. At that point, do the kids start to side with the Saviors? Because they had some villain kind of elements to them. So definitely a lot of questions.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think the Garbage Pail Kids would totally side with the Saviors. They seem to be on that element.
So you don't trust the kids?
No. Though, speaking of, I trust Andrew Lincoln as an actor, but the moment when she pushed him in, I mean, come on.
Yeah, that would oversell. Yeah.
And then he was
that was. If you were Rick, I don't know if you'd really be so quick to fall like that into that pit. But
I would say no.
But yeah, that was a funny moment. It was a good episode, right? I mean, it wasn't the best episode, and it wasn't the worst. It was a good episode. It was definitely enjoyable. What was that?
I liked it. I said it wasn't bad at all. I liked it. I'm liking season 7.
One last point I just want to mention real quick, and I said this last week, is that they were hyping up for the first couple weeks that there's a traitor in the ranks, right? That there's a traitor amongst us. What?
I think it's Richard.
That's the thing. I think it's Richard, right? I think there's no doubt it's Richard, but are we at that point yet where we already know it's Richard? Because he already offered to essentially get rid of Carol. So
Right.
was that his traitor moment, or does he even go even farther? I think he's going to go even farther.
I'm with you.
I don't know what. Maybe put Carol more in harm. Maybe put others in the kingdom at more harm. But I think he's going to do something. I think he's the traitor, and I think he showed that tonight.
I'm totally in agreement with you.
A lot of questions, though. Definitely a lot of questions. A lot of interesting elements. I think this half of the season definitely has a lot more interesting elements to look forward to than 7A did. So looking forward to the rest of the season. Any final thoughts about the episode?
No, I liked it a lot. I think it was really fun, and I'm looking forward to seeing more of it next week.
Yeah, me too. So that's pretty much everything for this week's episode of The Walking Dead. New best friends, but are they really best friends? Rob does not trust the kids. I do not trust the kids. Do you trust the kids? Let us know down below. Subscribe because it takes around a wee bit that much effort to do so. And until next time,
Watching.
you have been traumatized.
Bye, guys.